Hello and welcome to the War Report. I am your host, Cyrus, joined by Quan. This is a show where we talk about NXT 2.0 and AEW. Quan has not returned. Hurry up, come back so I can finish the rest of the intro. How are you feeling, Quan?
I'm good. I had to close my door because the bird on the back, and you can hear it when I recorded the A show with Meals. You can hear the bird in the background the whole time. So I just went to go close the door. Just so you don't have a bird in your ear the whole time. It's pretty obnoxious. I've like toned it. I've like tuned it out, so I don't even notice it anymore. But I don't want y'all to suffer through the bird.
That boy is recording in the cabin in the woods. All right, man. I see you, bruh. Interesting week in wrestling with Hell in a Cell in your house. The Rampage stuff. So
yeah, a lot of stuff.
I would say still wrestling news is pretty barren for the most part, especially on these fronts. We're not going to talk about Stephanie McMahon. I don't really care about that. We are going to talk about the CM Punk thing, but we're going to do that in the AEW segment, so stay tuned for that. Yeah, man. Let's get into these trenches, man. First things first, we have new NXT UK Tag Team Champions.
Clap it up for the men.
Oliver Carter and Ashton Smith.
My guys.
Yeah, I liked them a lot in NXT UK. Them dethroning Mustache Mountain. I hope that results in Mustache Mountain coming over. But we just had Pretty Deadly come through, and I don't want them to cross paths again.
From what it looks like Mustache Mountain's breaking up. It seems I don't know if you've been keeping up recently, but I believe this is the third time they wrestled Ashton Smith and Oliver Carter. Mm-hmm. So the last time they wrestled, Trent Seven cheated to win, and Tyler Bate was like, "What the hell? What are you doing? Like, we don't do that." And Trent was like, "Yo, we got to win any means necessary." So they've been at odds a little bit, and then after the match, after Ashton Smith and Oliver Carter won, there is some tension between Trent Seven and Tyler Bate. So I think that's where they're headed for. I guess.
Man, thanks, Trent Seven, but I think Tyler Bate got it from here.
It might be. Also, Trent Seven has some of the nicest hair I've ever seen in my life. Have you seen that man's hair? It's like silky and like the perfect shade of gray. That's some beautiful, beautiful hair. I must say.
Is this how you get him on the pod, bro?
Yeah, Trent Seven, if you want to come on the pod, man.
I'm
a big NXT UK advocator.
Hey, man, thank you for all your service, but I think you should let Tyler Bate go. You feel me? And hey, man, Tyler Bate, Braun Breaker. Who says no?
I need that. They just put Tyler Bate right on the main roster. Honestly, just put him up there. I don't know where, but whatever.
I don't know what's going on up there, so I can't see a vision for him. But
I don't know what he would do.
Hey man, him Carmelo Hayes, him Grimes, him
versus King Von.
No,
sure.
It would get him. I think it would help. Wagner gets some heat, but hey man, who am I to doubt Tyler Bate? if that's what it takes, go off, and then they could do him Nathan Frazier. Yeah, man. Hey man.
Oh my goodness.
Trent Seven. Thank you for your service, man.
I think they might have did Tyler Bate, Nathan Frazier already. I might be bugging now.
Show me, bro. Tell me the date. But while you do that, how'd you feel about Hell in a Cell?
Typical of main roster WWE. The build up to it was fucking terrible. Besides the two good matches, and the show was good. There was nothing really particularly bad about it. I thought almost an MVP versus
we're not gonna talk
Bobby
about
Lashley was the weakest match of the night. I don't even think it was that bad. Honestly, it was fine. But yeah. But the opening triple threat match was fantastic, man. It might be the best women's match I've seen this year so far. them girls went at it. It's unfortunate we didn't get the match we originally intended for, but the makeup we got probably was better. So that's cool. And of course, we haven't got to talk about Cody much anymore because he's no longer on AEW. But I've never been Cody's biggest fan, but that Hell in a Cell match was an all-time performance and a really good cell match in general. But man, it was just like everything about that match, the storytelling, the callbacks, the moment when he took the robe off and the crowd didn't know how to react. They were just like silent. They were like,
they was going stupid when Kingdom, and you know what? I was going stupid with Kingdom when Kingdom came on. I was just like, nah, Cody about to he about to show the fuck out. When he showed that shit off and the crowd was like stunned for like the first 7 minutes of the match.
Yeah,
that's a black king right there. That's a black king right there. Martin Luther Cody had him stunned. That was his I had a dream, bro.
Bro, they're gonna show that in every Cody Rhodes video package till the end of time. His Hall of Fame video, you're gonna see that one moment where he took the damn robe off and his arm, half his body was purple. Man, what a moment!
Capitalizing on his little injury, making a moment out of that injury, man.
That's how you do it.
A lot of these other losers not doing that. You feel me? Just to echo some other things that you said that I agree with. Bianca, Becky, and Asuka was really great, and I was very, very worried about the outcome of this match, knowing how many things have went awry. Yeah. But
that manhandle slam had you scared? You had you a little shook?
Not the manhandle slam, I would say. I thought Asuka was gonna like take it at some point in time. I forgot when in the match, but I was like very worried whenever Bianca and Asuka was like duking it out, and whenever she went for a pin, because I was just like, hey man, this is kind of crazy.
I feel like if they were to have Bianca lose the belt in that match, she wouldn't have been a part of the pin. I don't think they would have had her lose. If they were going to have her lose the belt, it would have been the two women pinning each other. But thankfully they didn't. So yeah, it looks like we're still headed towards Asuka versus Becky at Money in the Bank, or they'll be involved in the match, the Money in the Bank match itself. So that should be good.
I think that add a lot of stuff. Excuse me. I think that'll add a lot of star power to the match, honestly. Like rather than just having basically just the women that we saw on Raw in the main event, and then whatever the fuck is happening on SmackDown.
SmackDown have 4 women to put in a damn match.
Motherfucker, it's gonna be like Natalia. A whole like it's gonna be so many Raw women, and then it's gonna be Natalia, Shotzi, Aaliyah, and then Xia Ali or some shit. I don't know. They hurting over there. Yeah, they trying though. They for sure trying though, which is like amazing to me.
We'll see. I mean, they need Alba Fire and Io Shirai up there yesterday, so or something.
Well, shit. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. That's kind of it for Hell in a Cell. Really, just the women's triple threat and the Cody Seth performance, which I feel like is really up there, man. I'm a fan. You feel me?
I can't believe I'm like enjoying Cody Rhodes. I don't know when it's happened.
I wouldn't say all that, but I would say I am stunned that I have enjoyed a Cody Rhodes match in 2022.
Three in a row.
Yeah, seeing. I wouldn't say 3 in a row, but
which one didn't you like?
Oh shit. I don't even remember the second one, honestly. I don't even think I watched the second. I don't think I watched it, honestly.
Oh, well, I was live for that. I love that. I thought it was better than the first one.
I don't even remember Backlash. I don't think I watched it live, honestly.
That's fine.
And if I don't watch the pay-per-view live, I kind of just don't watch it. Like I missed out.
I'm not even biased. I was there, so
the what is it? The Mania match? Nah.
It was more the moment. I couldn't really tell you much about the match. I just remember the moment of him coming out.
Yeah, I think he's gotten better over time. Him working with Seth, and that was the first time they ever wrestled. But like the Hell in a Cell match, I think it really all came together, man. And they said he couldn't be a babyface no more.
It's
That was
crazy.
just,
Just
that
thinking,
was you just being a mark, man. Niggas is
just
being
thinking
marks.
January, they were booing him at the building. When he was at Grand Slam, they were booing that man out the building. And look, not even a year later, how different shit can be. You know what I mean?
Cause everybody, cause they all fucking marks over there, bro.
Not
They
even
wanted to
that.
show to
It's
bend
just
to their
like,
will.
you're not even that. It's just like, look how that looks for, if anybody did want to jump ship from AEW to WWE, look at the difference. You know what I mean? Like if you're over there bullshitting and you ain't doing nothing, you're in catering or whatever, and you come over to WWE, this could be you. This is like perfect advertising. This is a win-win situation for, WWE, as long as this Cody project, is a success, which it seems like it is. It's unfortunate he's going to be out for 6 months or whatever, but
I don't think that like it might have derailed his like or plans for like his success or whatever, but like I still think like the Cody project's on. As soon as he comes back, we resume, and then he's gonna be back in his winning ways.
At this point, it seems pretty successful. I think I'm predicting like most that he'll probably come back for the Royal Rumble and probably win it. I guess
because I feel like he was actually like, if he's not supposed to win, or like if he's supposed to win Money in the Bank, then just have him win the Rumble.
Yeah,
since they both lead to a main event at WrestleMania, I feel like whoever you wanted to win at the Rumble, just have him win Money in the Bank.
Yeah, that's fine.
I mean, just do the switcheroo. Other news. We have Warner reportedly having an issue regarding MJF. I guess they don't know what a work shoot was, and them execs was just kind of confused. They was just like, "You're not paying this nigga."
You know what's kind of crazy?
What wonder kind of corny shit.
I wonder if they got the okay to use the F word on TV like that, because I'm thinking like the execs are there. I don't think they want to hear the F word on their show, right? That gotta be like a crazy. I don't know how that works. I obviously like, it wasn't like shoot, like he obviously they knew he was gonna say the F word, like the people backstage, because they had the bleep button ready immediately, not like how they usually miss it. So it's more like maybe that bothered them, but yeah, it seems like the Warner execs are like they don't really want to do with MJF, but once again, this could all be also just kayfabe shit where someone leaked to PW Insider who reported that, hey, yeah, Warner not fucking with MJF. Whenever really reality at this point, anything involving MJF and Tony Khan could be a work at this point.
Which I'm just like, I mean, I guess. Yeah, I'm looking at this report now, and they don't really have a quote or anything. It just says like PWG Insider. I mean, PWG Insider, PW Insider,
and a source within Warner Brothers Discovery.
Which, whatever. I thought that promo was doing more harm than good anyway. And then, hey man, this is the y'all wanted to capitalize on the moment, and then it kind of bit him in the ass. Well, if this is true, it bit him in the ass, which I feel like it's definitely something, probably the last thing they wanted, to really upset, executives like live. And
I think it's cap, but I'm with you.
Oh yeah, just if it's true, that looks kind of crazy. And then also, we don't talk about ratings often, but this show did not break the ceiling.
It did not hit the milli. We thought it would. We predicted. We thought it would.
What the fuck these things got to do?
Like that's where I'm kind of that. Like, what do they do to get $1 million? If they can't get $1 million off of that show with all that buzz they had, including what happened at Rampage,
you can't. No, well,
no,
it was before Rampage.
Right. Yeah,
but like
before Rampage.
You have Punk as champion. You have him tagging with FTR. You got Wardlow doing his thing, which I'm pretty sure that left a lot, to desire, whatever the saying is, whatever. The MJF stuff, you had a lot of solid stuff that could, bring people in, but it seems like you don't really have that many people.
I myself was interested in, you know, even that episode last week. Like, okay, we got some momentum going. Let's see what they do with it. And I was kind of just like, okay.
And it turns out they didn't really do much with it, and they still not.
So we're kind of at, you know, see, like we're stuck right below that 1 million threshold. We'll see if they can figure it out. Maybe we to build up to Forbidden Door, get them there. I don't know.
No,
we'll see.
Leading up to Forbidden Door, absolutely not. We're gonna get into it later.
Yeah, we'll get into that for sure.
Nigga, they do not go up for any of these New Japan niggas, and it's kind of crazy to me.
Yeah. Also, I didn't put it in the docket, but Brian's hurt, Adam Cole's hurt. Obviously Punk's hurt. But it's not for long. So Scorpio Sky's hurt. So they got a couple of big names in there not doing too well. But I don't think any of them are too serious. I think most of those people will be at Forbidden Door besides Punk. Adam Cole, I read a report saying he'll definitely be back by Forbidden Door. So what he'll be doing, I don't know, but yeah, a couple weeks to go.
Man. I don't think AEW is gonna truly, you know, is what do it for them, because I know for damn show, Ospreay was not having motherfuckers. Go back to TNT. Go back to TNT. Oh my god, ain't happening, brother.
Will Ospreay?
You don't go up for no broke boys, man. Next we have Toni Storm talking about her WWE experience for the 5th time. Please ask this woman about anything else. Like, why aren't we asking about any current AEW wrestlers about what they're doing in AEW?
I mean, did you listen to the whole thing? The whole
absolutely not, because I don't care.
Well, she was on the sessions with Renee Paquette. And if you know Renee's show, she likes to ask the former WWE guys about their time in WWE. She likes to get all the salacious details. I'm not gonna say everything that Toni said, but it pretty much added up to all the stuff she said before. She said, quote was, "I wasn't psyched to go to work anymore like I used to be. It just like that in NXT quickly. It was just like, this isn't going to work out because this is the pinnacle, you know, and I'm already miserable. And quite frankly, I see other people and they're miserable as well. I don't want to be like them." And then she also talked about how, like, you know, her job security and how she felt uncomfortable, like people are getting fired left and right. And like, what if that's me? So, you know, there's a lot of anxiety about that. It just seemed like, honestly, from what we've said a bajillion times, I just don't think that work environment was for her. And it gave, you know, it's not for everybody. And that's kind of what it is.
Like, can we stop asking her about this? Like, you know, it makes her uncomfortable, you know, or just like, you know, her answer has not changed.
Yeah.
So why are we still asking her about this? Can we talk about like happy shit? Like, what is Toni Storm planning on doing in AEW different? You know, like, what is her goals in AEW? Like, why are we asking AEW wrestlers about AEW?
Well, she might have had those questions asked, but we wouldn't know because all the news sites only pointed at that one quote where you're talking about WWE. So for all I know,
talking about WWE. Like, is that the only shit that be getting AEW wrestlers headlines, bro? Like,
I'm with you. I don't know.
Like, we should really be changing how AEW wrestlers are interviewed. Like, talk about anything fucking else. Yeah, I don't think that we could say anything here that we said differently about Toni Storm, you know, walking out the first time, or, you know, probably just a couple episodes ago, probably like 5 episodes ago, when she talked about her experience the first time. I don't really think that we could truly add anything else to that. Just have her talk about anything else, or, like, you know, try to get a headline for something else. That is it for In the Trenches. We're gonna go into NXT in your house to start. So that's gonna be a switch up for a little twist to the show, man. So let's get into it.
Spice it up.
Pop rocks. Cora Jade now by her side. The emotions starting to flood out of Roxanne Perez. The guaranteed championship opportunity of her choosing. Congratulations.
All right. In your house.
I had to pull up the card.
I already got it up. But how'd you feel about the show overall?
I liked it. I liked the show. Once again, just how I talked about Hell in a Cell, the build up to this show, terrible. That was some of the worst. That was the worst 5 weeks of NXT I've ever seen in a row since 2.0 started. But man, I feel like everything delivered for the most part, or what I expected, or surpassed it. For example, the opener, I had no anticipation of that match being good, and that match was good.
Very creative finish. Tony D'Angelo definitely thrives in this creative, let's call it a creative setting. One-on-one matches doesn't really seem to be like his sort of thing. It seems that he is very tag team sort of multi-man match guy, which, hey man, there's a lane for that. So I don't think that's too necessarily a bad thing. For Stacks, Two Dimes, Channing Lorenzo, and Tony Donovan, I wouldn't say they showed me much, but they weren't terrible out there.
So I thought those two were like fresh recruits, like never wrestled before, but they've been wrestling for a little while. Because I was watching that match, I was like, these two are way too comfortable in that ring to be moving like that. I was like, hold on, something's up. These guys ain't that good. Never. Then someone told me on the timeline that they've been wrestling for a little bit. So I said, okay. I was about to say
anything notable, or are they just indie dudes?
I believe Troy Donovan might have done Dark a couple times.
Whatever.
Damn.
Nope. No, that's good though. I definitely think as more the more that they get comfortable with Legado del Fantasma, I think the more they'll get better and show out a little more. Just they'll do better once they develop an actual rivalry with Legado del Fantasma. I don't think they're bad in any sort of way. Just bland in the name, and I hate that they were Tony D'Angelo because I think he's kind of bland as well. But they're good, man. They're really good.
Legado del Fantasma, they are fantastic, man. They all three of them really good wrestlers. Cruz del Toro, that's my guy. Fantastic. He looked good up there. Wild, he's solid. But man, Santos, over. That boy is over, man. Insanely over.
It seems that if you listen to the A show, they're following the kind of the Cameron Grimes school of babyface shit, where hey man, servitude and then break free.
You know what this reminds me of now that you mentioned that, and who's booking the show. I don't know if you ever heard about the storyline where Shawn Michaels went broke, so he was working for JBL.
Yes, I know the storyline.
What the fuck was that?
I believe I watched the match. I watched the match where that angle was in play. I'm not sure if it was Shawn Michaels versus like a Kurt Angle or a John Cena, but it was a good match, and I found it hilarious because JBL gets on the apron. He's just like, "What the hell are you doing? You're trying to get paid."
Why was Shawn Michaels broke?
Hey man, that's what sex and drugs do to you, man.
Oh my, this is well into his Christian lifestyle.
Oh, yeah. Born again Christian, but I cannot wait for Santos Escobar to be back at that top or at that pinnacle again. And if they're gonna keep him in NXT, like let's say there is no call up in the future, let's just rule that out.
I'm done predicting call ups anymore. I'm not doing it no more.
I'm trying to stop it. Like I'm trying to stop that thing from being on the show. Like we're just gonna let it happen. But people need to leave.
Please.
Braun Breaker finally loses that NXT championship to whomever the fuck. Big heel, whatever. I see Santos rising from those ashes and winning that belt. Because I don't like how they kind of did him the first time when he faced it off against Braun Breaker, and I don't really think they should be running that match again if they're both going to be faces.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's all I have to kind of say about that match and Elgato Del Fantasma's future. Next, we have Mandy Rose versus Wendy Chu, and niggas hated. Niggas saw the match on paper and said, "Oh, you gotta be kidding me."
You know, this is the thing. A lot of the reactionary stuff about like NXT is often people who just saw like a GIF or a screenshot, and it's never like in context. Like, so like I tweeted that like Wendy Chu out of context must look crazy. Like it must be like what the hell's going on down there if you don't watch it.
It looks fun. Like tap in.
But like, yeah, like if I saw like if that was a clip from like AEW Dark, I would look at that and say, what the hell are they doing down there? So I totally get where it comes from. But yeah, no, but Wendy Chu, she's real deal. She's been in the PC for what? 4 years now, at least.
Hey man.
3 gimmicks in. She better have it by now.
They had her bullshitting as Tian Sha. What is it?
Mei Ying.
Yeah, whatever the fuck. And put what is it? Blowing zooties in niggas' faces. That's over with, bro. We up now. You know, good old fashioned fun wins again. You know, this match is really good. I still think Mandy Rose is fairly decent in ring. You know, it's been kind of topsy turvy since.
She's serviceable.
She's making it work, man. I feel like Wendy Chu really showed the fuck out.
She couldn't get that jacket though. It took her a minute to get that damn jacket.
Windbreaker hard to get out of when you sticky and sweaty, bro. But no, I like the shirt. It had the Toxic Attraction with their faces X'd out. No, man, it was all great. I loved it. I'm a big fan of Wendy Chu, man. I hope she actually like finds some success, in NXT or when she goes up. Yeah. Next, we got Toxic Attraction, GD Dolan and JC Jane versus Casey Catanzaro and Kaden Carter. And I'll say this, man.
Called her by government.
My bad. Katana Jams, my fault. It just came out so naturally. I'll say this about Katana Chan. What is it? KC squared.
Oh,
I think
I didn't catch that.
I think that they can really put it together. They can really like do some crazy shit in there. Does it all make sense and does it all work? Hey man, sometimes I'm just along for the ride. But I definitely think that these two are a tag team that should be given a chance to actually have, either women's tag team championships. Like they could really put these matches together. I don't think they've had a really bad match in a long time.
No. I found them kind of uninteresting for a long time. I still don't
that's
find
about
them
that's
that
about it.
They're not too interesting. I'll be honest.
They're bland. Well,
they're trying, but
presentation is whatever. Their promos, whatever. But when it comes to that in-ring shit, it really comes together. And I know I'm kind of down on, or like I would kind of be really worried about other people that are just good in ring and nothing else. But give somebody else the book and try to give them some personality, bro. Because once that happens, I think it that's the final little puzzle piece there.
They might be one of them NXT people that kind of more so it works on the main roster better than it works on NXT. Like a
Elias.
Yeah, like Elias.
Or Ezekiel. Rest in peace, Elias, man.
Yeah. Right.
But nah, they're really fucking good. Now, Toxic Attraction. I said that coming into this match, I no longer want to be on the fence about Toxic Attraction. I need to know if they really have, like, in myself, I need to know if they actually got it or not, and which one's the better person in the team. And I walked out that match with that answer still unanswered. I don't know how to feel about Toxic Attraction as like a tag team.
I don't care about him. Especially Gigi. I think Gigi's more disappointing to me because I feel like I thought she was kind of something, the name was ringing. I mean, she was getting a little buzz before she got to WWE. I mean, mind you, it was for some antics, not so much like actually in ring work. But like, I thought she would be a little bit more dynamic to the group, and I feel like she's the least interesting out of the three. And also, she might be the worst wrestler out of the three. JC seems somewhat a little more interesting, I guess. But yeah, they're kind of bland to me, bro. I'm sorry, I have no interest in Toxic Attraction. Any of the three, really.
Whenever JC was in the ring, they were doing like cool shit. Gigi Dolan did, the finish where she did, also Mandy Rose retained. We forgot to mention that. But, Gigi Dolan getting the win where she did that little German suplex. And I was just like, that's cool, but everybody could do a German.
Was it? She landed kind of crazy too.
Yeah. Well, it's because I feel like it's just because they're like so small, so like you don't really know how to gauge it so much power. But I thought the German with the bridge is really cool, but we already had a shawty with a big old ass doing German suplex, and she went to AEW, so it's just like
and did it better last week.
Yeah. So I don't really know how to feel about Toxic Attraction currently. Like I'm still in the middle of the road with them, and I can't really say if that's a good thing or a bad thing.
You're in the middle. I'm off. I'm already off. I'm off the train, man.
I'm trying to decide. Like I really am, but like I just feel like that I'll probably have to watch that match back or something because I don't really know. But Toxic Attraction wins. They come out of In Your House solid, clean. There's a whistle, so
clean sweep.
That's all good. Next, we got Cameron Grimes versus Carmelo Hayes. Not surprisingly, not match of the night in my opinion.
Yeah, no, the match was cool, but it was just kind of cool. It was like it wasn't bad, it wasn't amazing. Yeah. It was good. It was just like it was there.
It was all right.
Yeah. I gave it a 3.75 out of 5. So I think I remember liking the closing couple minutes a lot. It's been so long since I watched this show. I don't even remember what happened anymore.
I would say that I felt the match was very slow for most of the part. And then once everybody pointed out in the Discord, that it was just like, hey man, everybody was tapping they watching the Discord. And then they finally did like a Spanish fly or some shit.
Yeah.
And everybody was just like, oh, they picked it up. To me, I was just like, yeah, this match is still like whatever. That spot ain't really moved me.
You know what it is? I've noticed Carmelo works a really, really old school style. It took me a while to figure out something about Carmelo that I couldn't really like get into his matches sometimes is that because they start off, and it's such a fast-paced show like NXT 2.0, his matches always start off really, really slow and then pick up at the end, which is like such an old school kind of way of wrestling.
That's fine. It doesn't have to be a million miles per minute, but I just feel like they could have kicked it up a little sooner.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They could maybe got there a little sooner than taking that long to get there.
Yeah. I would say not the hugest fan of this match, but Carmelo Hayes is once again your North American champion, and I think it worries me a little bit because I'm just like this. It seems like he really can't be, or like the
title is a Charlotte situation where they don't matter.
The title is what keeps him afloat right now. And hey, man, if that means that he's always going to have championships and stuff, hey, man, that's fire. But, he got to learn how to stay afloat without it,
Yeah, you have the Charlotte problem. When Charlotte doesn't have the belt, she's just there and interesting. So you got to be careful with that unless you want Carmelo to be a 20 gajillion time champion, of whatever division he's in. Because that's what's going to have to happen for people to really care.
That's cool. That's fine. Mid-card championship, US and just being an asshole the whole time. It is what it is on that. What I feel is the match of the night. We have Pretty Deadly versus the Creed Bros. This match is fire. This match is it. This match is heat. This match is fire, bro. Like this, every positive word I can give to this match.
This is another match where it definitely worked the old school style where, heel got the heat on, the baby face, time for the hot tag, and then the match turns up at the end. I mean, you can't defeat that. There's nothing better than, just that classic tag team wrestling where, hot tag and then everything kind of turns up at the end. Man,
family in the crowd.
Yeah, families in the crowd. This is the most old school shit you could do. Families in the crowd cheering the baby faces on. It's so interesting, the dynamic of NXT 2.0, because it's like this futuristic, fresh, new wrestling, but it's also booked really old school, and
it's like old school just with fresh faces. And
yeah, like a
old school, it was kind of out of style for NXT, and the competitor is not really doing much of that unless they're ripping off Bret Hart. So it feels new, which is crazy. We are regressing as a society. But no, man, Pretty Deadly could work, man. They are fantastic. The Creed brothers are also insane. I think Brutus, the cannonball shit, save that for the outside, because when he just did the
I'd rather do it in the ring. It looks much safer.
No, it looked dumb as well. On the outside was both dudes ready to catch you, because it kind of looked silly when he did it in ring, and he kind of just like bumped him and then just landed straight on his ass. I was just like, nah, that's not gonna work, big dog. You gotta change it up. And then the finish with Julius going for the shooting star press. Hey, man.
Beautiful shooting star press.
Clean. Man, I cannot wait to see like them versus like Street Profits or some shit, man. Ooh. They're gonna go absolutely crazy. And
I'll tell you right now, when they get to the main roster, Julius is gonna be in a tag team for maybe 6 months. They're gonna make that guy a singles guy immediately.
Nah, are you kidding me? Can't leave Brutus behind, man.
Brutus is about to be the Tucker of the crew.
Come on, man.
I don't want to call him Mario Jannetty. He's not Mario Jannetty. I don't even know what to call him, but
don't do him like that, bro.
I don't know. It's gonna be a Scott Steiner, Rick Steiner situation, I think.
That's okay. What is it?
Rick did all right.
He gonna beat the he gonna beat them allegations, man. Just like Angelo Dawkins. Y'all need to stop doing my man's like that.
Yo, Angelo Dawkins been getting written off for like 3 years. People can't wait for him to get dropped.
People are ready for him, and I'm just like,
out in the day.
And I'm just like, he is infinitely better than the days where he was, swag school hipster cooking dance nigga. You feel me? Like,
he's a lot better now than he was.
Yeah, y'all need to stop that.
First started.
For real. I don't know what tag team, where the dude went off to like do some single shit and then just came back to the tag team like nothing happened. But let Montez do that. Just be a single dude for a little bit, but Kofi come back when. Yeah, man, little Kofi joint. You feel me? But don't stop trying to write my dog Dawkins off like he ain't that nigga, man. He really be killing it. But same for Brutus, man. Stop doing my dog like that. He be in there working, man. I need to stop doing that.
But yeah, great match. It's unfortunate that Pretty Deadly didn't have a longer reign, but I mean the reign was kind of at the last minute anyway, and also you can't have the Creed lose the tag championship match for the third time in a row. You're like, at this point, you had to give it the belts.
Hey man, not everybody needs a long reign. You strike while the iron is hot, and they put the iron in the microwave and then put it for another two weeks and then another month or so. But it was hot.
Sure Pretty Deadly will get it back really soon. So
and if they don't, that's fine. It's okay. Like, it was the perfect moment. Like, we don't what is it? We don't have to worry about them not getting a real tag team reign. Cut that shit out, man. They did what they were supposed to do.
Yeah, they got the Creeds over, which was the whole point.
Yeah, good on them. In such a short time too. But they were already over his shit.
They were already getting over, yeah.
Main event time. Joe Gacy versus Braun Breaker. Joe Gacy, you have successfully beat the Bray Wyatt allegations. You are now Baron Corbin.
Pretty much.
You beat the allegations, bro. Good shit.
we did not have high hope for this match. We thought, I specifically tweeted, this is going to be the worst match of the night, and I was pleasantly surprised. They proved me wrong. This match was actually pretty, I'll say good. It was a good match, and it definitely had a lot of main roster style shenanigans on it, but I feel like for this kind of matchup, that's what you needed anyway. Braun Breaker might have possibly had one of the best spears ever. It might be Rhino level, who I think has the best spear. It's up there. Joe Gacy took a wild bump on the announce table. I think that's kind of got to be the key for him to kind of get over it, take him some wild bumps. You got to be like the new age McFoley at this point and just take some like, not like, death defying bump, but like, them like, you remember like Foley would take the stairs bump where he'd go knee first to the stairs and flip over it,
yeah,
which is crazy. I don't know why he would do that. That's nuts. Yeah, I feel like it kind of got to be where Joe Gacy's lane's at. Like he had to be able to get his ass beat really good.
Yeah. I'm glad that the supernatural and the spooky shit was not turned up to the maximum. Like I was expecting, the druids to get like revealed and, for them to cheat a bunch and all that. But I feel like, excuse me, their involvement were just perfectly okay with me.
Yeah.
And the match was over. Like, I really just, like we said, we thought this match was going to be pretty bad and uninteresting because, I didn't really care about the first match. It left a lot to be desired, which, they brought it for this match, just like we predicted.
In this feud. Also, before you go any further, I have another wrestling trope that I'm so tired of. I'm so tired of the babyface having a weapon in his hand and being conflicted on whether to use it or not. I can't stand it.
When Braun Breaker looked at it and then he turned his back completely around and tried to hand it to the referee, I said, dog, are you stupid? Are you dumb? And then
also,
honestly,
the Creep Brother did it too.
Oh yeah.
Because
they were gonna hit him with the belt or whatever.
Yeah,
and they were just like,
changed their mind.
But Braun Breaker just being like, all right, I'm just gonna act like Joe Gacy's not here, and then the ref
turn around.
I feel like the ref should have just chucked that bitch to the side, just let that bitch out. So dumb, so silly. But besides that, I thought it was really cool, and the finish when Joe Gacy went for the back spring, whatever the fuck, and then Braun Breaker speared him out his goddamn his button up. I thought that shit was crazy.
Yeah, that was a hell of a spear, man.
And then on a high note, I would say In Your House was really good. It was a very okay pay-per-view.
If you were to rate it out of a 10, what are you giving it?
Out of a 10, I'd probably give it like an 8.
I would think an 8 as well. Maybe 7.5 to 8-ish.
8-ish. I would say Cameron Grimes and Carmelo Hayes kind of left a lot to be desired. I feel like I'm being insanely harsh on that match, but
you are being a little harsher on that match. I thought you would be.
Yeah. I was just kind of just not engaged for a lot of it, but I don't think the match is actually that bad. I just wasn't really engaged with most of it. And then Toxic Attraction and KC Squared, I was
that was the weak part for me.
I was kind of hyper focused on just like, is Toxic Attraction good?
You guys are trying to convince yourself, man. They ain't good.
Yeah. My brain started short circuiting, but let's finally get into NXT. Great American Bash is coming back July 5th. So that means Monday is July 4th. So that should be cool. That should be fun. Or is it?
Yeah, because I think they're
is this a premium live event?
No, it's just one of those specials they do. It's gonna be on.
Okay,
USA.
yeah. Then
it's not gonna be a pay-per-view.
I'm about to turn up on Monday, boy. Roxanne defeats Tiffany Stratton in the women breakout finals. Great for her. Honestly, there was no wrong winner here. I thought the match was fantastic and great on both parties.
I wish it was a little longer. That's my only complaint. I wish it was a little bit longer.
I wish it was on the pay-per-view, but I understand why it wasn't.
Yeah, they didn't need to have that on pay-per-view. Yeah.
I just feel like it would have got more time if it was on the pay-per-view.
Bro, man. Tiffany Stratton. So fat. Mind you, I think she got hired the Vegas tryouts. I think she got hired. So that wasn't, how long ago was that? It wasn't that long ago.
Like
it's less than a year.
6 months. Yeah.
No, it was more than that. When was that? That was SummerSlam last year. So it's been a year since she's been signed. So
she's an athlete.
Yeah, man. She's an athlete. She can go.
She's a runner. She's a track star. What?
she can really go. That little best moonsault ever she did. Christopher Daniels ain't done that since 2006 at that level. That was a beautiful moonsault.
Yeah, I thought it was fantastic. I think she's great, man. I think really and Roxanne's been wrestling for a really long time already. So
has she?
Yeah. She's not fresh. She's not really new to this.
Okay. I didn't know how long she was working.
So for her and Tiffany Stratton putting it together, man, they're great. Before we get into the post-match shit, I want to say that this is like a nitpick. It doesn't really matter. I'm pretty sure people don't really remember, but Vic Joseph trying to say that Tiffany Stratton don't really belong in this match because she kind of just got inserted to the tournament out of nowhere. But it's not like she had the same kind of like amount of time off than Roxanne, because the same night where she wasn't in the tournament, well, like basically where he was saying that like Roxanne had 2 matches and Tiffany only had 1, but Tiffany wrestled Saray that night, 1-on-1, the night of like the first breakout. So she kind of did have 2 matches. Wade Barrett had him cooked there. That boy was trying to talk himself, trying to say Tiffany Stratton ain't belong, but she's the GOAT. You feel me?
You trying to get the story over, and Wade was like, "No, we're not getting the story over. You're gonna lie on my girl."
You feel me? Shut that shit up, boy. Lay man in. Okay. And then post match we have Toxic Attraction coming out. Mandy once again just saying the same old shit, and then Roxanne just fucking rocks her shit. No pun intended, but Danny was talking, and then she said, "Hey man. Good shit. Stop having Mandy talk for a very long period of time. Just punch her in her fucking mouth."
Why didn't they just call her Roxanne Perez, Roxy Perez? Wouldn't that just made more sense? People are gonna chant Roxy anyway. Also, her name's not even. I thought her name was like Roxy to begin with. It's Carla. I just seen it. I didn't realize her name. Where'd she get Roxy from?
Hey man, that's a good little name, man.
Carla, like an old lady name.
So Toxic Attraction and Cora Jade also came out as well. They are fighting off Toxic Attraction, and it's a 2-on-3 situation until the return of the big dog beating the I ain't going nowhere allegations. Indy Hartwell comes out for the save. I'm glad she's back and did her thing. Not knocking motherfuckers out in her Air Force Ones. I'm sorry for doubting you, Queen.
Yeah, I thought they had nothing for her. I thought creative had nothing for her. I'm gonna be honest with you. So I was happy to see. I was happy to see on the screen. Do you think that I saw people talking about that instead of doing Mandy versus Cora Jade, they do the thing again where they have instead the winner of the tournament ask for a tag title match instead, and then we get fucking Roxanne and Cora versus Toxic Attraction for the tag belts, Team 2001.
Let me talk to you.
I see. I'm telling you what I saw on the timeline. I just saw a couple people say that. That's all.
Don't do that. Don't do that. I know it sounds like a great idea in everybody's head, but let's not do that. unless Indy Hartwell actually dethrones Mandy. If that, I don't.
I hope not. Oh, why would they do that?
Let's not do that, guys. Let's not do that. Next, we got Pretty Deadly versus Chase U. Shout out to Thea Hale, getting that full scholarship to Chase U. And then Pretty Deadly coming out being some haters, some hoes. And then they got Brody Hayward kind of fought their ass up. And then they beat his ass after. I wish you saw the Raw, but Andre Chase coming up to Brody Hayward being like, "Who got you?" and being mad as hell. That was a real ass nigga, man.
Yeah, the North Carolina came out of him. That's what happened.
Yeah, that boy said, "They got my name. I'm about to whoop some ass." And honestly, that shit was fire. Like that shit had that handicap match had me going way more than the Solo Sikoa shit that we're gonna talk about in a little bit.
I don't really care about the match that much, honestly.
Yeah, this was the better quote unquote handicap little match thing. And Andre Chase was going out there bodying niggas. That boy got the Chase U stomp off and everything in the handicap situation.
Yeah, get the Chase U stomp off on the handicap match is kind of crazy.
I thought that was great.
Especially against two niggas that are way bigger than you. Pretty Deadly's a big dude.
Damn niggas are JoJo characters, bro. I don't remember the rest. Did Brody Hayward get involved? I know Pretty Deadly wins, but I saw Thea Hale going for a tag. But did she get tagged in? I don't remember after that point.
I think she did like a move on somebody. She might have got tagged in. Yeah. But
that's cool with me, man.
Hey, whatever.
I thought
I forgot.
Yeah. I thought the segment was great. Chase U losing, it doesn't matter. I thought this was an impressive showing on all parties. And Thea Hale, fresh out of high school, already on TV, got the scholarship. She's doing big things, man.
Love to see it.
Next, Braun Breaker comes out and he's kind of just saying, like, I wish he would just say who's next, like Goldberg.
Basically at that point.
I wish he did. Then Apollo Crews comes out.
Apollo.
He came out and then he was just like, I'll see you. And I was just like, well, okay. Like, can we get somebody that's actually like, ready to go? Like, and then Solo Sikoa, he gets into it with Carmelo Hayes.
Hold on, before you go into the Apollo thing, I'm upset. I want the accent. I like the accent. I thought it made him unique. Now he just feels like a guy now.
Yeah, you know what? He does just feel. He just feels like
I want the accent. I want
when he was standing in front of Braun Breaker and they were both just smiling and waving at one another. I was just like, oh, y'all two are just two plain ass baby faces just looking at each other. So I don't know what wrinkle they're gonna add to that match, if they ever have it. But earlier on the show, or literally the segment before, Solo Sikoa gets into it with Mello and Waller, and I was just like, whatever, let's get to it. I thought Waller's involvement was just like, why are you here? But then I realized why. I realized why in the main event. So they come out and Solo Sikoa is just like, I got my backup, and then Apollo Crews is his tag team partner.
Which also I don't understand. Why does he care about these guys? That's what lost me. I was like, why is he in this match?
I was just like, just have Braun Breaker talk his shit and then, kind of end that. And then when Sikoa is just like, I got my partner with me, and have Apollo be a surprise. But apparently that was a crazy idea. So I'm just like, whatever. It was just also, like, nah, you got to have him on the show to blah, blah, blah.
I saw a report. I don't know if anything like really verified, but internally they're saying that Apollo Crews is like officially on NXT now. It's not like Dolph Ziggler or like who was the other one? Or like who's the other guy who was down there for a minute? Or like Natalia, who has she down there for like a month. Mm-hmm. I think he's like on it. At least internally, that's what people are saying. So he might be there for a minute, I guess. Give me the accent, man.
I don't know how I feel about him being there long term. I don't really think there's a lane for him. But I guess if somebody needs to get Von Wagner over, that's your guy.
Poor Babatunde. Where Babatunde at, man? Where's Commander Aziz at, man?
I think I'm okay without him. For sure. But yeah, this match is going on, and then Carmelo Hayes and Waller, and then I realized, oh, Trick really ain't ready.
Yeah, that's what my thoughts were too. I was like, oh, Trick not
Trick
ready.
really ain't ready, huh?
No. I don't know if he's gonna get there either. Hopefully, after these tours, he starts to figure it out a little bit more. I hope they got him on the card for the tours because
I
don't know, man.
That boy needs to get them reps.
But I think Trick is okay because he's so entertaining that he doesn't have to do a lot in ring. I feel like I think him and Melo should go for a tag team title run, or at least go for it. I think they should be a tag team for a minute.
If he is not even, if they weren't confident to put him in this match,
we're not tag. I mean, go for the tag belts. You know what I mean? Like, be a tag team for a minute.
No, I know. I hear you. And if he's not confident to tag with Melo here, I don't think they should be even entertaining a run for trying to get those tag titles.
How do you sell my Trick, man? I guess he could just be a manager. I don't know. He's still new to this. This has been less than a year, so we'll see.
Hey, man, I'm seeing it come together for a lot of folks that are just less than a year in. So
some people it takes a little longer, man.
Hey, man. Does WWE got the time to wait? They do, but
they do. I think luckily Trick Williams is so entertaining it won't matter. So I think he's gonna keep him around for a while because he's that.
No dark implications. I love my guy, but it has to come together.
Plus, without Trick Williams, Carmelo becomes very bland. He kind of needs Trick Williams, so I don't think he goes anywhere. He very much needs Trick.
And I say that to say this because MVP has been giving a lot of cosigns to Carmelo, man. And if he says that I can speak for him, back it a lot, I guess Team VBC is about to get a third member. Pause.
Whoa. Hey, yo.
So that's that. This match, perfectly fine. Wasn't really invested. The Solo thing of, I got next. I'm just like, hey, man, get that match going already.
You not feeling Solo? He's over, man. He's over. Crazy.
I think he's cool, but I'm just like, that being his catchphrase, a little lame because the catchphrase is done as soon as he actually gets next. So,
also, no Grimes on this episode. There were no Grimes, so take that.
That's fine with me.
I don't know what's going on with that.
That's okay with me, man.
I'm not predicting any call-ups, like I said. So, but I don't know.
Let's hope. I already talked about Apollo and Breaker talking, so I got this because we both did the docket, but I guess we can talk about it. Santos and Frazier, really good.
Good match. I also Tony D'Angelo was really good on commentary. I liked him on commentary.
Yeah, it was fine.
I thought he did a good job.
I like when I think Santos did like a tope or like some shit, and it tells you those stepped off commentary and said, "Stop doing that."
That's just not cool. Don't do it anymore.
Yeah, like, take that shit out your repertoire, bro, right now. And I believe it was like his signature little arrow, little thing. Or like the shit he was doing as King Cuerno.
Yeah.
I thought that shit was very funny. I mean, he's still right there.
Yeah, he's right. Also, the storyline of Legado having to be the family's, errand boys or whatever, they better be really very, very, very careful. Very careful how they handle this.
I would think just avoid having them clean anything and then we're all good.
They're towing a fine line. That's all I'm saying. Just be careful.
Just make sure they're not. They can't do the lawn work that
if they're mowing a lawn
that Grimes did.
Hedges, they have to build a house or something. Come on, you know what I mean?
No woodwork, no cleaning, no translating.
Oh no.
Yeah, none of that. But when Tony D'Angelo said, "Hey man, stop dressing so fresh," I said, "That is crazy." Don't have him in a white beater. I feel like this is a fine line, but I feel like they can get through it for real.
Be careful.
Now, quick hits. We got Josh Briggs defeating Von Wagner in a whatever match, and I was just like, "What the fuck have we been having Von Wagner beat the shit out of all these people for just to lose to this nigga who should be going back to the tag team division now that his partner's fine?"
That was Von Wagner's first loss of the year. I think it might be his first loss since that Fatal 4-Way when he debuted. I don't think he lost since then. Yeah, this match has kind of happened. I guess it's cool to see Jensen back. I guess he's good to go. He took the cast off, distraction finish. I have nothing else really to add to this. I don't really care about the storyline. I'm more interested in Von Wagner in NXT UK than I am on NXT. He seems way more interesting on UK.
Same with Lash Legend. And speaking of Lash, she got next for Alba Fire. Alba Fire defeats Tatum Paxley, and I felt was a pretty good match for the most part. I like these Alba Fire little exhibition matches, but let's have those on SmackDown.
Right.
Next, Giovanna Vinci is Fabian Eichner. So
everybody kind of called it. We'll see how it goes.
All I would say is, I like Eichner, and the watch that he had in that video package, that was like the little like speaker box or some shit, or look like a tape recorder. That shit is hard. Watch it back. That watch is hard. Can somebody ID that watch for me? That watch is hard.
My thing is, do we need
like
two Italian?
Do
we need two Italian gimmicks on the show? Got overboard. Is Shawn Michaels Italian? Who's Italian back there? What's Shawn Michaels? He might be Italian.
I'm sure he is I bet he's like Irish descent.
Hickenbottom. That sounds Irish. I don't know what the fuck that is.
I would say, yeah. I don't know what to do with all these Italians.
Mad Italians.
But they're gonna have to find something for this motherfucker to do. And it seems like he's just gonna be he's just gonna be well-dressed flexor. So
we'll see how that works.
I feel like Waller was already doing that, but it is what it is. I feel like he's just gonna take the part of LA Knight since LA Knight is now gone. But will he be as over as LA Knight? Who knows? Next, we got the Creeds versus Malik Blade and Inoue. Next week.
Roderick Strong was like, what the fuck?
Roderick Strong was just like, the fuck you giving all these matches to these motherfuckers for? Which is whatever. And then Joe Gacy's Disciples will debut next week. The Dyad?
Dyad? I don't know how to say it.
Dyad?
I just read it. I don't recall him saying it in the promo, but I also kind of tuned the promo out.
If it's not formerly known as Grizzled Young Veterans, I have no idea what the fuck are they doing with Grizzled Young Veterans.
Yeah, they've been on TV for like 2 months. It has to be.
I know I have no reason to believe that it is them. It's just the TL talking, but I am expecting them because I'm just like, what else are they fucking doing right now?
This is like this is definitely the fan base trying to will something to happen. Like, remember when
and I wish it would. Yeah.
Remember WandaVision? It was like it's gonna be Morbius, and then it never not Morbius, fucking Mephisto, and then no Mephisto ever. they tried to will Mephisto into every episode. Oh, that was Mephisto right there. No, never was.
All your Easter eggs and whatever. But yeah, that is it for NXT. We got a lot of stuff lined up, but so does AEW. So let's get into that.
Main event will number one contender. Yes, the number one contender, Jon Moxley, will take on the winner of the Battle Royal at Dynamite, and the winner will go on to Forbidden Door to compete for the interim AEW World Championship. CM Punk has not relinquished the title. We will have an interim champion. They'll be crowned at Forbidden Door by the TKO with Dante Martin.
All right. AEW Rampage. There's a special announcement. CM Punk speaks. It's been the first time that we got a CM Punk speak since the second episode of Rampage. CM Punk comes out. Look in my eyes. I'm crying.
All right. It was a serious.
You see me bust my ass on your TV. Oh, I have to go get foot surgery.
You know that yourself? You proud of yourself?
Oh yeah, off the top, man. Yeah, man. CM Punk, he comes out crying, talking a whole bunch of stuff before just getting to the point. A little filibuster, and he just says, "Yeah, man, I have to get foot surgery," and didn't really disclose what the foot injury is, like, you know, the medical term or whatever the procedure is. Word is tonight on AEW Dynamite is that he went through the surgery and it was successful. So hopefully he will be back around the fall time, I guess.
So I didn't know it was surgery bad. I thought he was just like, I can't wrestle on this. I didn't think it was like I need to get surgery on it type of bad.
Mm-hmm.
But that's rough on. How old is Punk? Like 45 by now? You gotta be up there. That's gonna be a rough recovery. He's already been moving kind of wonky since he got back. So he's 43. So yeah, when he gets back, he'll probably be back. He'll be 44 by the time he gets back. So yeah. Yeah. Oh, best of luck. Best of luck. I hope he has a speedy recovery. Not too bad. But in the meantime, it was announced at some point during that show, because the messages were crossed up for a little bit. We will have an interim AEW World Heavyweight Championship. How are we going to get to that, you ask? Well,
how we're going to get to it is a tournament where there's going to be a battle royale for a contender that will face Moxley on the same night. And then, you know, watch Dominion #ad so you can watch Notorious Loser Hiroki Goto go against Tanahashi #ad. And then at Forbidden Door, we'll come to, we'll get our champion. Now you may be asking, why does Jon Moxley have a buy-in to this, to this whole thing? Oh man, let Tony Khan tell you all about it. The ranking, year one stupid ranking shit. The quality of wins outweighs the amount of wins. And I'm just like, okay, but he just took a quality loss at the pay-per-view. Is a Dynamite main event really worth that many points? And how is anybody? And how is anybody? Yeah, and how is anybody supposed to be racking up these points if they're not given Dynamite main events as well? And you're telling me that I know Adam Cole is injured, but you're telling me that the Owen Hart tournament winner
dropped him. He dropped. He dropped in ranking. He went from second to fourth.
Yeah, beating Daniel Garcia is way better than winning the tournament that you dedicated to Owen Hart that has an award ceremony, a bracket, and a title to go with, or the title or like the trophy that he's carrying around to go with it. Yeah.
Also, and then, what determines the quality of wins? Do we have any kind of criteria, like quality of opponent? What's the criteria?
The quality of opponent is, oh my God, when Moxley was a singles competitor, he was undefeated, but he took a break, did some tag team shit. He lost that pay-per-view match as a tag team. So that pay-per-view loss is relegated to just a tag team loss.
That's fair. There are different rankings for different things. It doesn't make sense.
And then he just came back.
But whatever. We know what the end result is going to be. It's going to be Moxley Tanahashi. So
yeah, which is just like, I feel like it's crazy to even get here. Would have just had Moxley win the battle royale, honestly.
My thing is that if you have a ranking system, why not just have number 1 versus number 2 wrestle each other? It just seems like it would make sense to me instead of going through all this. But it's fine.
Moxley was not on there at all. And you know what's crazy is that June 2nd is when their rankings got updated. And then they instantly updated it that like within the same week. Usually it takes like a week for that shit to update, and they were just like, it's our narrative. We're gonna make this work, and they instantly updated those rankings.
Whatever, man.
We man, just abolish the rankings, man. And then for the Battle Royale, we get a very bloated, I feel, poorly formatted and produced Battle Royale.
You know what the problem was? I don't think the Battle Royale in itself was bad. I think
the format is garbage, bro.
The format they have might not work for TV. Also, I don't think like having 5 guys come in in a group in a bunch like really works.
Makes sense.
Like, when the Royal Rumble happens, like the guy comes in, gets his spots, gets to do his shit, and then he gets in the match. But if you have 5 people coming in at once, they all have to do their shit.
Mm-hmm.
And then you
go. Now you go.
Yeah,
but
so
like,
it's like you got like
in a crazier way.
Yeah, so like that, and plus, I feel like this production of this match was not good. We missed a lot of eliminations. We didn't even see Eddie Kingston get thrown out. He wanted both the biggest stars in the match.
Yeah, I saw it, but like they cut away because somebody had to do some shit in the match. What I didn't like is that we had at least 15 people in there and only 3 eliminations.
Yeah, and forever to get the eliminations.
And I'm just like, yo, you do not. I know for fucking damn sure you do not consider a lot of these guys to be actual potential contenders for Jon Moxley. So just get them the fuck out the way. Like when Max Hessler came out and he was kind of gone in like 3 minutes. Yeah, let's start doing that a lot more for a lot of the motherfuckers you don't really plan on being here. Like, why were the Ass Boys in there for that long? Why was Swerve and Keith Lee in there for that long? Why was Hobbs in there for that long?
Well, Swerve had to, he got to get his I guess, a heel turn.
Yeah,
I don't understand that.
Whatever.
Kind of quick.
He called Keith Lee dead weight on Twitter, and I was just like, y'all was just hashtag Range Rover boys.
Literally 2 days ago, what happened?
Yeah, bad fits and all. That was your man's. Stupid shit. And I'm not looking forward to a Keith Lee and fucking Swerve program.
Also,
like, they couldn't get.
He looked kind of slow out there. He looked kind of a little gassed out there. I ain't gonna hold you.
Motherfucker,
I never really noticed it.
That boy looked like corporate Kane out there. getting mad eliminations for no reason. And I don't think anybody came out of that with like mad eliminations to like, put into the record books. I think like Keith Lee got like 2, and then everybody got like 1 apiece.
Yeah, that's fine. I don't really care.
Well, like, build up stats. So when they're in there, you'd be like, yo, he's a threat,
Yeah, I feel you on that.
Just little shit like that, And then we get our final 4. Phoenix, Andrade, who came out to Crickets.
Oh yeah.
It was Phoenix, Andrade, Kyle O'Reilly.
I don't remember who the 4th person was. Oh, Willie Yuta, who also came out.
Yeah. With no mention of him, doing the best of Super Juniors. It probably ain't getting many points. Just took the bookings. Yeah, I thought that was a very lackluster fail for. If Phoenix would have won, I would have been like, okay. I think I would have been okay with that because I feel like we could have got like a different match. Out of Moxley.
I'll say this much. As soon as I saw that Final 4, there was like zero doubt in my mind that Moxley was going to lose. I didn't think Moxley was going to lose anyway. But once I saw that Final 4, I said, oh yeah, Moxley's winning that easy. It's not a problem.
When I saw that Final 4, I was just like, yep, a bunch of niggas that could take a loss.
Yeah. I was like, okay, that's fine. I knew what it was.
You got noted jobber Andrade, and then you got Wheeler Yuta, who just came back from Japan getting his ass whooped. You got Phoenix, who he ain't really doing much. And then
Well, he
got
also
Kyle
just
O'Reilly.
came back. That's another person who just
Yeah.
came back not too long ago. Yeah, and then Kyle, who did get a win. He did have a quality pay-per-view win over Darby, so I'll give him that.
But yeah, definitely losing. And then
You know what's funny? I had a friend earlier today. He's a big AEW fan.
Yeah.
And we were having a discussion about Andrade. And I would just say, I think Andrade just might be a mid-card guy. And that's okay. And he was like, no, it's not that. He's not being booked very well. I'm like, if both Vince and Tony Khan both kind of had you in the same spot, it's probably because that's where you're supposed to be at, right? So then so I'm just like, and then he had the audacity to say he would pick Andrade over Seth Rollins, which I thought was crazy, but it's fine. We're not gonna get into that. We're not gonna get into it. But yeah, man, it's just like I really don't think Andrade is that guy. And I think it's fine if he's just kind of in the upper mid-card position. I think that's kind of him. I don't think he's material to be, that dude. I mean, look, if you saw how the crowd reacted to him when he came out, damn near crickets for a Joker. Even Leo Rush got a reaction when he came out. You know what I mean?
Because they saw that nigga and it was just like, oh, the jobber. Like, what?
Yeah.
Hey, man. Yeah. Andrade, not that guy. And honestly, I'd be a lot more invested in Andrade if he just won shit. He's just a loser. Glorified bum. Next.
Hopefully with Roosh coming in, it'll go a little better.
Next, we got our main event. Kyle O'Reilly versus Jon Moxley. I'm getting the promo that Regal and Kyle cut individually, even though they're in the same room. Whatever. I thought this match was kind of a styles clash. Like I felt like, they were trying to be real MMA motherfuckers, real counter wrestler dudes. And I was just like, all right, that's not really Moxley's bag.
I liked the last couple of minutes of it. Other like the picked up, what was a crazy wild spot to me? The part where I think Moxley had him like in a chicken wing or something like that. So Kyle O'Reilly like bit the rope, and then this nigga Moxley just kicked the rope while that shit was in his mouth. I know that shit hurt. There's no way that. Yeah,
that was a stupid ass spot. Kyle should have just used his leg. But
but
taking stupid shit like that.
I didn't hate the match. It was fine for what it was. I think it was a Moxley match, and it was kind of Kyle working to that style. They were kind of hitting each other really hard. I like that. I like when niggas just hit each other hard. So
it was the quote unquote counter wrestling that didn't really work for me. Normally it would work in any other match, but I just don't think Moxley is that like technical guy. So
yeah,
it is what it is. So it'll be Moxley and Tanahashi. Next we got Wardlow Speaks, and this has to be the dumbest Speaks segment in a minute.
Yeah. So Wardlow comes out, he's like, and Shivani was like, yeah, you opted out of the battle royale because you had a good reason, right? And he was like, yeah, man, Punk's the champion, so I want to wrestle Punk. So I don't want to be in the battle royale. I want to beat Punk for the title, but
I don't want to be in the interim. I don't want to be interim champion.
But if you're interim champion, you get to wrestle Punk.
You get to wrestle Punk.
So why would
he was just like, I'd rather wait for Punk to come back than be interim champion. And then he challenges Scorpio Sky for the TNT championship, who he also has to wait to get better so he could challenge him. And I was just like, is this maybe MJF making the decisions for this nigga was the right thing?
He had the Britney Spears conservatorship. He can't make a decision by himself.
Well, he can't make a good decision by himself. That is the stupidest shit I ever heard. And now
I was like, huh?
Oh, challenging for Scorpio's guy, and then smart Mark Sterling comes out and he's like, don't look at him, bro. You either wrestle me or you wrestle 20,000 niggas next week. And then Wardlow didn't really pick either. And they picked for him, so he's going to be wrestling 1,000 niggas next week.
I'm in the club with 100,000. I'm at Dynamite with 100,000 niggas.
Yeah. So
that's crazy.
Like I said, the crazy 88. But you actually get to see him fight the Crazy 88 on TV. So that's all good and fun. Whatever. Stupid shit. And then we have Hangman versus Dave Finlay. I don't think Dave Finlay has ever had a good match since I've seen him. So I'm just going to talk about the post match.
The match was fine. It was cool. It was Hangman.
Yeah.
You understand?
Hangman just talks about, yeah, man, I wasn't in that battle royale. I guess I'm not in the title picture. And I was just like, yeah, I bet your ass you ain't. And then he was just like, but Okada, let's have a match. And then Adam Cole goes, oh, no. I won the Owen Hart tournament. So I should wrestle Okada, which I was just like,
I mean, he won a tournament. He got a point. Why does Hangman get it? Why can't Adam Cole get it? I'm on Adam Cole's side here. I'm with it. Why Hangman get it?
Because they need a match. They need a good match. Did they say like the Owen Hart tournament gets you a title shot, right? Is that what
they didn't really specify that, but I would assume it's like, remember how the King of the Ring was like you win King of the Ring and you like it was implied you get a title match. They never like outright said it when you win King of the Ring.
Well, like
I think it's kind of like that.
I am on Adam Cole's side as well. You do have the right to that match, but I want to see Hangman Page because he's good. I'm curious how they're gonna settle this, and if it's gonna be a triple threat, fucking kill
I hope
me.
not. I really hope it's not. I hope it's one-on-one. I'd much rather if it's one-on-one Cole versus Okada or one-on-one Hangman versus Okada. I'd rather that than a three-way.
Don't do no three-way, man.
I feel like if to do Okada's AEW debut in a triple threat, yeah, it would just kind of diminish it.
I mean, they do a lot of stupid shit in AEW, so we'll see what happens, man. Quick hits. The new AEW All Atlantic Tournament. There's a new belt, is the All Atlantic, not Intercontinental. Don't call it that.
This reminds me of, it more so reminds me of the European Championship. Because like initially that was supposed to be a belt that was only defended in Europe, and then at some point they kind of just said fuck that, and it became like a random mid-card title. I think this is kind of be the same thing with this.
And apparently, we have folks from what is it? UK with Pac, Australia with Buddy Matthews, excuse me, Canada with Ethan Page, Miro with Bulgaria, Penta representing Mexico, and Malachi Black representing Dutchland. And it's that guy Greg, shout out to him. He was just like, a lot of these places, well, like I feel like one of these places aren't on the Atlantic. So how is this all Atlantic?
Also on the belt, they have like the Japanese flag on it, which I'm very much sure is not in the Atlantic Ocean. I'm no geography major, but I very much believe that the Pacific Ocean where Japan did. Also, the sheer amount of championships in AEW now, it's getting kind of crazy. There's what? 1,
My
2,
thing
3,
is
4, 5, 6, 7 if you include FTW, and there's like 3 more if you include the Ring of Honor belts.
My thing is that you are implementing new titles in a promotion where nobody expresses championship aspirations.
Yeah, you keep saying that. It's funny. It really is true.
Nobody wants to fight for a championship. So we're gonna have this tournament. This nigga's gonna fight and it has no challengers because nobody has championship aspirations. Like, why is Malachi Black fighting for this, but he wasn't trying to get the TNT title just a few months ago?
He beefing with the Death Triangle for too long.
Like, Miro was the only one that was just like, he want his shit back, but he's gonna have to settle for this. What the fuck? Ethan Page was never close to it. Whoever the hell they're gonna have the schedule for the New Japan match, I'm just like, whatever. I don't really care. They're speculating that it's that Doc Gallows and fucking Yano match.
I hope not. Oh my god!
I am praying praying that is anything but.
I think we'll see Toru Yano on the Forbidden Door card. We might see like Toru Yano versus Danhausen or something goofy.
I hope Tony Khan don't hear this.
Also, this is surprising. I thought we heard rumors about the Trio Championship for a long time. Tony Khan talked about the Trio Championship,
which is a better fit for AEW.
Yeah, I think that would have been a better idea. I don't think he needs a second mid card championship. They can't even get the first one right. TNT Championship has been a mess for.
And you can't even get the fucking ROH title match. They still got fucking Sunil Singh fucking waiting in the wings for Samoa Joe, and I'm just like, what are you niggas doing here?
So yeah, then I don't know. It was an interesting choice. Yeah, I feel like I don't really understand the logic of making this belt. I think a trios belt. I don't think they need to add any more belts, but I think a trios belt would have probably been a better choice.
And then looking at the top of the bracket, we have 4 guys in this tournament that is part of a trios team.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like this, I don't
know. It is what it is, man. Pac versus Buddy Matthews. I thought it was fine. There was no real doubt in my mind that this match was going to be bad.
Not these.
I was expecting shenanigans, and we didn't really get many or at all. So it's all good with me, man. Excuse me. Next, we got Will Ospreay debuting in a Trent Beretta Speaks segment, which I was just like, nigga, please.
Yo, when I saw the little advertisement on the bottom that Trent Beretta Speaks, I'm like, who asked for him this?
I was just like, you should have had FTR Speaks. People like FTR.
Yeah, it's a Trent Beretta Speak. Who gives a fuck what Trent Beretta got to say? I don't care. Do you care about Trent Beretta? What she had to say?
I still absolutely not.
You don't even be on the show. What are we doing?
Exactly. And then what is it? Rocky Romero's not around. And then we got none of the best friends are around. I guess, Trent lost all his friends
on Best Friend Day.
And then Will Ospreay and his troop comes out and then starts beating him up. And boy, that nigga came out the crickets, bro. Yeah. My thing is,
pop. He got a little pop. I'm not gonna say it wasn't Andrade bad.
Yeah, it wasn't Andrade bad. But I was just like, his music played and the crowd was just like, who the fuck is this? And I was just like, y'all niggas not watching New Japan Strong? I heard it was some of the best weekly wrestling, man. What's going on?
I think they knew who he was. Also, I know they
didn't know who he was. Well, they didn't pop until he came out, and I feel like that pop is mediocre for the megastar that people were telling me that Will Ospreay is.
Got you. Okay. You know what? I realized I hadn't seen Will Ospreay in a minute, so I kind of forgot when I saw him. I was like, "Oh, that's Will Ospreay." I forgot what he looked like. I guess he had a little beard now. He looked kind of like Logan Paul or some shit.
He's just a short nigga with a big ass head. He's like a blonde. He a blonde Jordan Devlin.
He's not short.
It's a brickhead nigga.
He's 6'1".
Short to me, but he a brickhead nigga.
Sorry, Michael Jordan. Yeah, I don't really care for Will Ospreay, but I'll be honest, I haven't watched Will Ospreay wrestle in a long time. So maybe he's improved since the last time I saw him. I don't know. Interesting to see what he'll be doing. I hope it's not United Empire versus Best Friends in FTR, because no.
Hey, guess what you about to get?
I would hope that if they were going to use Will Ospreay, they would use him outside of a 10-man tag match. I would hope. I feel like a Will Ospreay is a guy you put in a singles match. As much as I don't care about him, I mean, I realize who he is. I think you should put him in a singles match.
Yes, I will agree with you there. To me, it's looking like it's about to be Trent Beretta with FTR versus United Empire, and I'm just like, boy, that match is gonna be stinky winky, bitch. So it is what it is. Next, speaking of stinky winky, bro, we got Thunder Rosa versus Marina Shafir.
See, we asked for this. We asked for this. We know this is our fault. We asked for Thunder Rosa to be on the show. This is what we asked for.
And this is what we got. I'm sure she was just happy to have a match on the show. Sad. Hey man, Matt Bloom. Anybody on the next team, man? Any trainers? Any professional personnel that's over there, man? What y'all doing? Was Marina Shafir doing over there, man?
Dog, She was in the PC for what, like, gotta be 4 or 5 years.
So long, bro. And it looked like she didn't have a training in a lick of her life.
She looked so lost out there. I said, "Oh no."
That MMA shit she be doing, she didn't even do a judo throw right.
Also, what's up with her music? I hate her music. It's so weird. It's bad enough she doesn't get a reaction, but her music is so like slow and like melancholy that is like it makes it even worse. It's almost like depressing watching her come out.
It's depressing watching this match in full, bro.
This match was not good.
Of all the women's matches that you don't want to cut short, you let this one go long. That shit crazy to me, bro.
Yeah, Marina Shafir was not good.
When she was struggling to do that snap suplex against Thunder Rosa, who has a lot of ring experience, I'm just like, what is going on?
Yeah, that wasn't a good match.
Very worrisome.
I don't know why they keep trotting Marina Shafir out there on TV like that. They need to keep her on dark till she can figure it out. Because this is the second title match she's had on TV because she wrestled Jade not too long ago too for the ship. So I don't know what they're trying to do with her.
What the fuck, bro?
It's not working, man.
And it seems like she's only going to get featured a little bit more and more. After the match, Marina Shafir Thunder Rosa gave her a little kick, which looked terrible as well. Toni Storm comes for the save. And then Toni Storm, who lost the Owen Hart, the women's Owen Hart tournament, is looking at that women's title like she got next. And I'm just, what the fuck is going on here? And it looks like it's and it looks like goddamn Marina Shafir and Toni Storm are about to go at it. And I could not wish better for my girl Toni. Jesus Christ, bro.
You know what's crazy? People really asked for that four horsewomen versus four horsewomen.
Let's not talk about that shit.
That shit was not going to be good.
That shit was going to her and Jessamine Duke could not put it together.
Dog, they couldn't put two moves together to save their lives. And they wanted that damn tag match so bad. They were like, WWE dropped the ball. I should do that at WrestleMania. Horsewomen versus horsewomen. I'm like, did y'all see those two girls wrestle?
I was just like, hey, man, can you, they're the four horsewomen can only do so much. Come on now.
And Ronda, especially at that point, she wasn't any, she didn't have that much experience either. So it really just would have been Shayna.
Was it much of a talker? Which
them girls after you talking, they would have cooked them in a promo. Could you imagine the promos between those two sides?
Bailey would have looked like a 5-star chef, bro.
Bailey would have cooked. Oh man,
and Bailey don't be killing motherfuckers like that, but I think she would have went a little stupid on them. But yeah, that was terrible. And then another thing is a terrible Buck segment. I thought it was so stupid where you're just like, Brandon, you didn't lock the door? Oh my god, everybody just keeps walking in. We're gonna get a 3-way ladder match. Jurassic Express, Young Bucks, and the Hardys. And what did I say last week, man?
I don't even know what you're saying.
Team FTW and Swerve and Lee. Jurassic Express said, "Thanks, niggas. See you later, bro. We about to run a real 3-way."
It must be like a contract, like a clause in Jeff Hardy's contract where every match he had must involve a ladder. I genuinely don't think he's had a match that didn't involve a ladder since he signed. I think every match he's been in has had a ladder in it.
That shit is crazy, bro.
Every single match he's had.
I don't understand where we go from here, but
you give the Bucks the tag belts, man. Just get over with. If the Hardys win these damn belts, bro. If the Hardys win these damn belts, oh my god.
Yeah,
they're gonna do it. They're gonna do it, aren't they? They're gonna do that. They're definitely gonna have Matt Hardy climb that damn ladder.
Jurassic Express winning is gonna blow my fucking mind. And then I don't see the Hardys winning. I think they're not that great, and
I think they want to give them that tag run. They want to give them that nostalgia pop run real quick. I think they want to do it. I have a feeling.
Tony Khan is a fucking mark. So
I think Jeff Hardy has about 6 months left of this, and I think they want to give him a tag title run before he goes. He can't keep going like this.
Kill me, bruh.
It'll be brief, but they'll get it. They'll get the tag belts. I think it's gonna happen next week
if he can make it. So that is it for AEW, and that is it for us. You could subscribe to us at Patreon, patreon.com/The A Show RNC. You can follow us on Twitter at The A Show RNC, keeping up with everything that we do on this network. You can follow Quan at The Comeback Spot on Twitter. You can follow me on Twitter, Cyrus, at Cyrus on TWR. Keep up with everything that we're doing with AEW, and then whatever Quan is watching. Patreon stuff. The Vader Spot Callers is coming together. I watched his match against Shawn Michaels and the Big Four. I mean, the Final Four at In Your House. I will be watching his New Japan matches tomorrow, and then you should be getting the episode relatively soon.
Nice.
On the lookout, me and Justin will be talking about JoJo's Bizarre Adventure next week and our debuting podcast, The JoJo Agenda, over at the Lookout RNC. So look out for that as well. There are plans for the summer. We're not too sure what it is yet, but if you're keeping up with Meals at Meals TV, I think you can get a little I think there's another diary that's being written right now. So that should be interesting to see, because once again, I love a little history lesson, man, you know. So I ain't gotta really watch it. So I gotta watch 6 months of TV to be like, oh man, I'm in the know now. So look forward to that. Head over to the Patreon. $5 could get you these shows early and our Patreon exclusive content like Spot Callers and our other diary series. That is it from us. No Patreon segment this week. I feel like we gave y'all a little extra already talking about Hell in the Cell for the free folks and the folks at home. So we'll do something next week. Peace out, and little word of wisdom, man. We're all working a little bit hurt. See you guys next week.